Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is about stocking a bar. And a lot of people, I own a restaurant, of course, and my bar is stocked with 250 craft beers, and mostly independents. I mean, I would say 98% of them are independents, small businesses. My wine, same thing, and I have almost like 400 spirits. Now, when you go into a normal bar, a normal restaurant, you look behind the bar, you'll see, 100 different bottles. Most of those bottles come from 5-6 producers, just like the beef world and the chicken world. Everything's been consolidated up. So, for instance, you have a company called Diageo, which has 150 spirits and beers. Not too many beers and not too many wines, but almost 150 spirits in their brand. So you have things like, let's say, for instance, Johnny Walker is in that portfolio, along with Lagavulin, along with Dalwhinnie, along with Ketel One, along with Ciroc. So you have, you really only have maybe 10 major players that produce all this stuff. And it's all, these companies, these distilleries are traded like playing cards, like baseball players. They go back and forth from one team to another based upon its profitability and how much they can sell it for. And when it comes to the bar, people say, Marcus, how in the world do you do this? And other restaurants say, I could never do this. I could never do this. And here's the funny thing. I'm a small business. A lot of my other friends are restaurateurs. They're small business owners. I feel that it's wrong as a small business owner to go out and say, support local, and then when that business turns around, doesn't support anything nearly local, anything nearly independent. Now, let's face it, local's great. Local's the best option out there. But I can't get everything local. I can't get local cognac. I can't get local Bordeaux wine. So now when I look for Bordeaux wine or cognac, I have to look for an independent producer. So my criteria for buying spirits, because people say, oh my gosh, Marcus, how do you do it? My criteria is, can I have a relationship with the owner of that actual producer, distiller, vineyard, brewery? Can I pick up the phone and call them and speak to them? Can I call up and speak to the CEO, the person in charge? Can I have a relationship with that person? And if I can't, then I'm really not going to buy that brand. Okay? Same thing in the wine world. A lot of these Bordeaux wines, all these wines from all over the world are owned by all these conglomerates, all these banking companies, investment companies, insurance companies, okay? So as a local business owner, when I say support local, I'm supporting local independent as well. A lot of people say support local, support independent. That's the way to go. That's going to help our economy. But those businesses then turn around and don't do any of the practices that they want you to do, okay? And I feel that's wrong. So now in the spirit world, in the bar world, in the liquor world, there's so many options for us restaurateurs and bar owners to have. We don't need to stock the big brands anymore. Not at all. So when you go to your next restaurant, ask them what's local. Ask them what's independently owned. Chances are they don't even know it's independently owned because they've been buying stuff from these catalogs for so darn long. Like here's a catalog from Southern Wine and Spirits from New York. This catalog has all kinds, pages and pages and pages of wines and spirits. And when you look into the spirits and stuff, it's all just a few companies that control this whole thing. So for me, when you give me your dollar goes to paying for my business in a small community where I provide jobs, legitimate jobs, and where I can provide a decent living for my family and for my kids, so I can take my kids skiing and give my daughter horseback riding lessons. When you buy from a big conglomerate, all you're paying for is for a CEO's third vacation home, because the CEOs make millions of dollars. And even when it comes to these big companies, like Southern, this is a big company. I can't stand buying from them. But there are a few small independent stuff they have in the book. But you know what? There's plenty of small independent companies out there that are doing the right thing, that are still family owned and have values, and that buy from small producers. And it's a phenomenal experience when you can make that connection and go to these tastings and experience. So my challenge to restaurateurs is step it up, step the game up, and really go out there and search and And you know, a lot of people say, well, my guests don't understand, my customers don't understand. No, we have to educate the guest. We're the ones who have to say, you know what? I have Broker's Gin. Broker's Gin is better than Bombay. It's independently owned. And I've actually personally met Andy from Broker's. I've had a great time with Andy. Andy loves what we do. And I've been using his gin for 10 years. So, as a restaurateur, I have to educate my guests and say, no, this is the way to go. This is what we're striving to do. You know, I am the I guess the I don't want to say the president. I'm sort of the president of the Small Business to Business Coalition. I don't know if even that exists, but maybe something does exist. I am that striving member of that mission to be able to support small business to small business. I wouldn't go to Walmart to buy food for myself, to buy clothes for myself, and I wouldn't go to a Walmart type distributor to buy food for my guests and liquor for my guests. I just wouldn't do that. That's not right. You know, small businesses are the way to go, and behind the bar, we have so many options. So next time you go to a restaurant, challenge that restaurant. See, I'd like to see some more independent spirits and more local spirits, wines, beers, whatever they have. And that's the way to go. So that's my philosophy on behind the bar. Sorry, I rambled and rambled. It's something I'm extremely passionate about. It's something I have a lot of fun. And when I go to these wine tastings and these spirit tastings, when I meet an owner from France who's there with his 2 daughters or his son, and you know, and the son's going to be in the family business, you know, that to me gets a place in my heart. When I go to these tastings and I see the owner's name is a big bank or a big corporation or an insurance company, which is the norm nowadays, I'm like, gee, wow, where's that money going? You know, it's just, I don't feel good about it. So buy local, definitely support local restaurants, and make sure those restaurants are supporting small, independent, local distilleries, brewers. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. Thanks for watching.